Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. What a weekend. Our president was busy. We'll get to that in just a second. First, the Pat Gray bingo card this week, which is pinned to the top of the Twitter page at Pat Unleashed. Starts out with "It's just that easy." That's usually applied to something that's not. Keith says,
"Dear aliens, please send help."
All right. Chocolate chip. That's when Biden was holding up his ice cream and couldn't quite say chocolate chip. Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip.
Oh.
Okay, so it's chocolate chip, I think. But it kind of came out like chocolate chip.
Are you suggesting that our fearless leader doesn't know how to speak?
Yes. Yes, I am.
All right.
Or think. I'm not judging their soul, but that usually comes out as, and this will work too. Who am I to judge? I'm just saying they're going to burn in the fires of hell. Then we've got no, yes, no. Keith,
get out my face.
And I'm pretty sure that was your rule.
And I'm pretty sure that was your rule.
That was your rule. Birds aren't real.
Oh.
I keep forgetting I'm president.
I keep forgetting I'm president.
Okay. Jeffy. Oh, that's a big guy show. Only fat people can watch that one. The second part you don't need.
No.
You don't need that. Then there's this classic. Dr. Lady McBiden. What are the odds? To quote Jeffy, usually followed by, first of all, look at the map.
All you have to do is look at the map.
That's all you have to do. Jeffy mentions a Jeffy scam.
Or a life hack, if you will.
Okay. Then we have this reminder to Biden.
Don't sniff them.
Don't sniff them.
Sniff them.
Those days don't come back. Hillary coughing.
Oh, no.
I don't know if did we ever?
I sent that to you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you played it. You just didn't record it?
Maybe I did. Let's see. I don't know.
I'm telling you right now, folks, pay attention to today's show because there's at least 3 of these that are absolutely going to be a part of the show. I can just tell.
Yep. Then we got a Keith.
Niner.
Yeah.
Oh, 9.
15 minutes of content squeezed into just 2 hours of show. That gives you pause. I give you my word as a Biden.
I give you my word as a Biden.
Jeffy, darn the luck. And I will thank you not to mock. That is our.
And what's the incentive
fabulous.
to play, though, Pat Gray Bingo? Why would you even want to?
$30 worth of merchandise from Pat Gray merchandise.com squiggly line underscore.
There's no squiggly line.
The Blaze.
No, it's Pat Gray
TV and radio. Shop.com. That's what it is.
Like straight up. That's it.
That's it.
And
patgrayshop.com.
And if you're the first person to call in with bingo,
then you win the $30
there you
prize.
Go. Remember, your card is.
And you can get all that stuff and more.
Yeah.
It's just that easy.
It is.
So there you go.
Ding, ding.
Sign up for a Blaze TV subscription today, too, because
that's what you need to do.
You head to the blazetv.com. Blazetv.com. You'll save $15 when you use the promo code MOREUNLEASHED at blazetv.com. And let us know today, too. Give us a call and tell us what you'd like us to do on the overtime segment, because this is for you. We do what we do. We do it for you.
Wow.
Do you remember that radio package from the 70s?
Oh, no, I thought it was going...
The U package. Oh. And it came with all kinds of jingles. We do it for you.
I was going with Bryan Adams. Everything I do, I do it for you.
Yeah, no, this wouldn't be on Bryan Adams.
No.
But we'd love to hear from you and what you would like to hear and delve deeper into.
How do you want them to reach out to you?
You can either tweet us or you can call at 888-900-3393.
You're going to log on to Twitter at Pat Unleashed, and you... specifically, we'll be going through these suggestions.
With a fine-tooth comb.
Wow.
Yeah. I just bought a comb, and it is a fine-tooth one, and so I'll be going through it with that.
I don't know that... Hey, we'll talk about it.
I don't know how that's going to help me on Twitter, but...
Nah, we're good.
We'll see. So Biden was in Europe over the weekend, And he left and went there because he heard little kids were there that he hadn't smelled yet.
Oh no!
Yeah, he hadn't smelled these European
Don't sniff them.
these European kids.
Oh no!
So here he is with a little girl he just had to pick up
Gosh, what?
inappropriately.
Oh well, no. Do we have the picture of him holding the little girl? Is that something we have or no? Okay.
No? Okay, well, what was this? Go ahead and play that.
So this, there's the
No,
little
there it is.
girl, and he has to go and grab hold of, and
And he pulls his mask down. What the hell are you? What are you doing?
Of all
You've
the
got a little
times,
girl
right?
there. You're breathing right in her face.
if masks work, isn't that the most appropriate time to wear it?
Yes. And he's got it around his stupid ears. Haven't they dropped that in Europe? Didn't they do that? Well, in Europe, they still wear their masks unless they're really close to somebody, and then they pull them down. Okay.
I mean, look at that grin, man. He's loving that.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, yeah.
loving that moment.
Yep.
I mean, look, most people, you'd see that, and you'd think, oh, that's a heartwarming, touching moment.
Not with him.
That guy should keep his hands in his pockets when he's near a child.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
He also took a moment to be very awkward with another young lady.
This is
It's creepy.
pulls his mask down again.
And so did she.
Victoria, old man. How awkward. He's got to have somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, gives her a hug.
Love you. Oh my gosh.
How do you say in Ukrainian? Who gave you those beautiful eyes?
That is just creepy. So he's with a Ukrainian refugee and he's asking her about her beautiful eyes. Creepy.
My mom.
Mother's eyes. You owe mama very big. You owe mama.
You
Jeez.
owe mom very big.
Weird thing.
So in other words, let me not only be awkward, let me drag someone else into it to have to translate for me.
Yeah. You know, again, with somebody else, that might be a sweet moment. With him, it's just creepy and weird and awkward. Just stop. Just stop doing that, please. Just stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And he says weird things like, who do I owe these eyes to? I don't know if I owe them to anybody. I'm going to keep them, I think.
Oh,
I plan on keeping them the rest of my life. Who do you owe those beautiful eyes to? Stupid. Weird.
Don't like him.
Creepy. So Biden's been in Europe doing more harm than good, it seems like. He shook hands with the U.S. troops who were stationed there. Took some time to hang out with the troops. See if you notice anything different in how the troops responded to a visit from Biden compared to the way they treated former President Trump. Look at that.
They're barely even getting out of their chairs for him to shake his hand.
I don't see the difference. What's the difference? I'm confused.
Oh, it's the masks. The masks is
Oh,
what's
okay,
different.
that's
See,
what it
they're
is.
wearing masks when Biden's president. They're not wearing masks when Donald Trump is. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
Now, if you're
Look at
listening to
that.
this,
They couldn't wait to
Right.
get close to him.
I mean, they are pushing over each other, climbing over each other to get to Trump. And then with Biden, it's like one guy stands up out of all of them to shake his hand.
Jeez. And here he is eating in the mess hall
Oh, no.
and pretty much alone. I guess there's a guy fairly close to
Oh,
him.
that's nice. There's somebody showing him some love there.
Looks like he's having a hard time eating his food.
Yeah.
Look, I can't swallow
Please don't
this.
choke, dude. Ugh.
I can't swallow. Where's my official chewer?
No, watch this. Watch this. Can I get my little cup of apple juice, please? This is so... Oh, boy.
Usually I have someone chew my food for me and then they give it to me and I swallow it.
Oh, gosh. I mean, he looks like the kid in the cafeteria in school. That's just sitting by himself. Nobody wants to hang out with him. And
The little nerd over in the corner. And he spoke to the 82nd Airborne, opened up with a funny line.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Don't jump. You guys are used to jumping. Don't jump. Anyway, thanks for letting me come and say hello to y'all. You know,
We had no choice, old man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
really. Our higher ups gave us no chance to say no. We couldn't veto it. So
Don't jump.
clap for that, you dumb bastard. That was funny stuff because you guys are airborne.
Oh, I get it now.
Paratroopers, and you like to jump out of airplanes.
Okay.
So I didn't want them to jump from the upper level because that's what they normally
Right, because they normally would jump because
Yeah.
they're 82nd Airborne.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They jump out of planes a lot of times.
I
So
see.
sometimes they get
No,
confused.
we got it. No, we get no.
Start
I don't
jumping
think. No, I don't
off
think they get
higher
confused.
levels.
I think you get confused, old man. What a.
He also had something to say about the Declaration of Independence.
Oh no.
You know, we're a unique country in many ways, and we're the only country in the world not organized based on geography or ethnicity or religion or race or anything else. We're based on an idea. Literally, the only country in the world based on an idea. That we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all women and men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Sounds corny.
No,
It's the truth of who we are.
Doesn't sound corny.
never
What the
lived up to
hell?
it.
Why
We've
does he
never walked away
always
from
say
it.
that?
Wow. He okay. There's so much there. I got.
Why does he always say that? Sounds corny. No, it doesn't. Not to real Americans, not to Americans who love this country and understand what they were saying there and who feel the same way. No, it doesn't sound corny.
Yeah, and did you also notice how he changed the declaration? He got all men and women are created equally.
Right.
So that was cute.
Yeah.
Because remember, he tried to do that one time, and he just bailed out and said,
You know the thing.
"You know the thing."
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
You know the thing.
Now, at the end of that, though, while we were talking, he had more to say. Can you play the last 10 seconds of that, Rob? Because he digs in America there after he says it's corny.
Men and men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Sounds corny, but it's the truth of who we are. We've never lived up to it.
Whoa!
We've never walked away from it.
Whoa! We've never lived up to it. Oh my gosh, bro! You were the vice president of a black president, but no, we've never lived up to it. Okay.
We've never lived up to it. That is unreal. It's because they're utopians. You know, they expect a perfect society. They expect nirvana here. And it's not going to happen. Nobody's ever going to be completely perfect. No nation is ever going to be completely perfect. But damn, we have lived up to our ideals. We have. Not always. But I think on the whole, we've done a pretty good job of living up to it.
Yep, better than anybody else has. That's for
sure. Not right now because we've got such terrible leadership.
And you made the point there of how they want utopia. I don't know. I think that they think government can provide
Yeah,
utopia.
they do. Yes,
That's
exactly
their
right.
issue.
Yes.
And they don't have any faith in you as an individual.
Oh, not at all. Nope. It's got to be instituted by government. Same speech. He seemed to be hinting of something else that they've told us over and over and over. It's not going to happen. Then he says this.
Now, but the Ukrainian people have a lot of backbone. They have a lot of guts, and I'm sure you're observing it. And I don't mean just the military, which is we've been trained in since back when Russia moved into in the southeast Ukraine, but also the average citizen. Look at how they're stepping up.
Right.
And you're going to see when you're there, and some of you have been there. You're going to see women, young people standing in the middle in front.
You're going to see when you're there. When am I going to be there?
I'm not leaving. I'm holding my ground. They're incredible. But they take a lot of inspiration from us. And you know,
a
woman who just died, the Secretary of State, used to have an expression. She said, "We are the essential nation." It sounds like a bit of hyperbole,
Not
but the
corny?
truth of the matter is,
Not corny?
you are the
He's always
organizing
positive for a
principle around
second.
which the rest.
Actually, we've heard it enough of him. It sounds corny and it sounds like hyperbole to him because he can't believe that He thinks he always has to apologize for saying something positive about the nation. Mm-hmm. When he says something positive, he has to disclaim it. Like, oh, okay, I'm not saying we are that. I'm not. Okay, we haven't been there. We can't do that. That's unbelievable to me.
Yeah, he tries to walk that line.
Yep.
Of, look, I want to inspire the troops that I'm talking to, but I know this is going to be played for my base, so I've got to at least disown it to a degree.
Also, he seems to be saying they're going to Ukraine because you're going to see it when you're there.
Yeah.
We are?
Right.
And by the way, the White House had to walk all of that back afterward.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of walking back.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
They had to walk back his hint that the U.S. would use chemical weapons in response.
And the thing he said about Putin.
Right. So the White House and Joe Biden.
They're busy right now.
In addition to what you pointed out last week so beautifully with the deterrent. It's not meant to be a deterrent, the sanctions.
Right.
I mean, that's 4 walkbacks in a week. Get on the same page. Memorize your lines better, Joe.
Oh, you can't.
That's bumming it.
That's why he can't. So in a speech in Warsaw, he kind of said some memorable things, again, that the White House is having to walk back.
We will have a different future, a brighter future, rooted in democracy and principles, hope and light, of decency and dignity, of freedom and possibilities. For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power. God bless you all.
Okay,
and may God defend our freedom.
Okay, so you're
and
talking
may God
about
protect our troops.
Regime change in Russia. That's what you're talking about. We need to remove Vladimir Putin from office. Is that what we're saying here? No. That's not what he's saying at all. He's not?
Yeah, the White House has said.
Really?
No, he's talking about Putin being in Ukraine. He can't stay in power there.
No, that's not what he was talking about. That's absolutely a lie. But, they're really good at that.
And you look at him read that. That's on the teleprompter. Watch that again. And he's reading the teleprompter.
Let's see, because
that's not an ad-lib, as they said.
A lot of them keep saying he ad-libbed this. Let's see it.
We will have a different future, a brighter future, rooted in democracy and principles,
out.
Hope and light, decency
there we go.
and dignity, of freedom and possibilities.
Uh-huh.
For
He's reading now.
God's sake, this man cannot remain in power. God bless you all.
No, I think it
and may
might
God
have
defend
been.
our freedom.
Might have been on the teleprompter. That might have been. And for God's sake, this man cannot remain in power. Nah, he's talking about he's not in power in Ukraine. What are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there is a pathead who goes by the handle Truth is Urgent, who I think said it best. This man is going to dementia us into World War III.
He's trying. He's certainly trying. And the White House, his aides and his advisors are all trying to spin things back, but man, they got a lot to spin. Because every day he's going off the reservation somewhere. And it's going to cost us. If we don't get this guy out of the office,
and then
it's going to cost us.
And then we've got what's her name in power?
Miss Cacklehead.
Miss Look at the Map in power.
Right.
Yeah, she's
not good.
She would be awesome, right?
Not good. And then the other choice after that, Nancy Pelosi. No, thank you.
Oh.
So what do you do? I mean, what do you do?
Oh. And I swear, I've said we're going to be at war before July 4th, and I still feel that. Absolutely.
In Russia?
In Russia. With Ukraine, yes. I mean, that's just what I feel now. And this is from the guy who thought that Putin wasn't going to go into Ukraine to begin with. So what do I know, right?
Yeah.
But I'm very nervous right now about getting involved in this. And the fervor, this pro-Ukrainian, let's all worship at the feet of Vladimir Zelensky. This is a dangerous, dangerous recipe right now. And I do love how, nationalism for Ukraine is okay, but you can't have it for the United States of America, your own country.
Right.
This selective nationalism is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very nervous.
Everything Ukraine does is fantastic, including... Up to and including distributing guns to all of their citizens. The left is in love with that all of a sudden for Ukraine.
Right.
Don't do that here. Don't allow American citizens to be armed, but in Ukraine, that's great.
Now,
that's fantastic.
I've seen reports. I haven't substantiated these fully, but apparently Ukrainian soldiers, believe it or not angels. And with some of the captured Russian troops, they're committing some atrocities on the level of ISIS, apparently. So we'll see if that comes out, if anything develops with that news. But
yeah.
I don't want to side on this, okay? I want to just sit back and be America. Can we do that for 5 minutes? Can we not get ourselves involved in a conflict that belongs with someone else?
And the answer seems to be no most of the time. I'm okay with our involvement mostly so far, but I draw the line at actually getting physically involved in it with troops. No boots on the ground. Absolutely no boots on the ground.
Yeah. Right now they're stationed in Poland, right? NATO territory.
Yep.
Let's leave them there.
Yes. Yes, please. And I hope most Americans are at that point now where we've had 20 years of war. 20 years. Everybody thought the Soviet Union in Afghanistan was lengthy. Everybody thought Vietnam was lengthy. This was our longest war ever. And, it's a little deceiving, though, because it wasn't continual fighting all that time. But still, I think we're a little war weary now. I think we'd like to take a break and not have to send people into harm's way again. I would. I'd love to not do that this time.
What better way, as we progress along this path to war, what better way for a president who is cratering at home, who has failure after failure after failure? I still contend the Afghanistan withdrawal was so the man could have a victory and say, look, I got us out of Afghanistan, and it turned out to be his biggest blunder yet.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're going to see. You know how the left always telegraphs what they'll accuse you of doing what they are doing, right? Whether
Every
it's
time.
racism, for example. But on a more international front, remember how they kept saying, look, we know Russia's going to do this false flag operation thing to try to get the war started and have an excuse to go into Ukraine. You watch this government, our government. They're going to do something over the next few months to trigger this war. So they can say, look what Russia did to the ship we had down in the harbor there in Cuba to start the Spanish-American War. Right? USS Maine is going to be, it's coming. You just prepare yourself mentally. That trigger is coming.
A Gulf of Tonkin sort of thing.
USS Maine. Yes, there's going to be something in Poland.
All right, let me tell you about Omega XL. There are 360 joints in our bodies, from our neck down to our feet. 360 joints that take a beating with daily activity and with aging, of course. And that's why your joints continually hurt and sometimes ruin your sleep. That's why I take Omega XL. Because of the science, when we're young, our bodies produce SPMs. Those are nature's way of keeping joints healthy. But as we age, we don't produce enough of them, which is why you could be in pain.
That's exactly right. Were they SPMs? So I'm getting to the age where I'm losing my SPMs.
Losing your SPMs.
Sure. Absolutely getting old.
Yep. Well, Omega XL can restore your SPMs.
Nice.
And rejuvenate your joints and muscles.
All right.
And then you can move like when you were young again. It's hard to believe you're getting old now, isn't it? And your SPMs might be fading.
I dislike that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Order Omega XL at omegaxl.com/Pat. When you buy your first bottle, they're going to throw in a second one for free. That's omegaxl.com/Pat, or call them at 800-844-4888.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Now, normally, we wouldn't give a rat's anus about the Academy Award show last night.
Why is tonight different? Why was last night different?
A little something happened that was out of the ordinary.
Okay.
And you've probably heard about it by now, but maybe you're just waking up. You didn't watch a show last night like I didn't. And then you're just waking up and maybe you haven't turned on the internet or whatever. There was quite a little incident involving Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Oh.
And you have to kind of see it to believe it. But Chris Rock was joking about Will Smith's wife during his monologue. And Will took exception to that. Now, this first video is this is Chris Rock joking about
So this is the ABC version here in the United States.
Before the incident, right?
Yeah, well, it's the whole thing.
Okay, this is the whole thing.
Routine, yeah.
Okay, and then they had to cut the sound.
Right.
Praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it.
Uh-oh. Pause it for a second.
Yeah, pause it right there.
All right, so Jada's not happy about that.
No.
She's got a condition that is making her go bald.
Yeah.
And so the G.I. Jane, that's, Demi Moore had a crew cut in that. And
I see.
She didn't appreciate the comment.
And
Will's smiling at this point.
He was laughing, and she looked up at the monitor to see, don't put the camera on me, don't put the camera. They put the camera on
And they did.
me.
Yeah. But she is not even pretending to be okay with it.
No.
There is no pretense there at all. Let's see the rest of this.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Will Smith.
Here comes Will Smith. Uh-oh. Bam! Wow.
Will Smith.
I think, okay, so then they cut the audio.
Yeah.
Because...
They see, it's still going on. This is how you saw in your living room if you were watching. If you were one of the 8 people who were originally watching the show as it broadcast live, and he's
then
yelling.
They start jawing at each other. Yes.
And there is no audio if you're watching at home.
Golly.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Nice.
That's good.
Nice recovery there. Really good.
Okay.
That's really good. Chris Rock's a pro. Because that is an awkward moment. He comes up, smacks you in the face hard.
Uh-huh.
A hard little slap there. Uh-huh. Then he walks off, and then they start yelling back and forth at each other.
Well, the audience in Australia,
Weird.
Pat, had
They got to hear
the
it.
benefit. We've had to go in and add bleeps, which they didn't have in Australia of the event.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh, ouch. Wow. Listen.
So here's what happened.
Crank this up, Corby, if you can.
Smith just smacked
Listen. He said,
Wow,
don't
dude.
say my wife's name.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to.
Wow.
Okay?
This is dirt.
Yeah.
I'm going to, okay?
Okay.
Wow. I mean,
That's rough, dude.
super awkward.
Super awkward. Mm-hmm.
And it's the Academy Awards. And Will Smith is screaming the F word at the host.
Mm-hmm.
That's bizarre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. I think we even have the slap. Now, just to show you that this was not faked, here's the slap in slow motion.
Now,
Boom.
Chris Rock's leaning into it. That's your mistake. Your first mistake right there, Chris.
I don't
think he was expecting this at all.
No, I don't think he thought Will was going to do
By
something
the way,
funny.
if you're going to attack a man, punch him.
Yeah.
Don't slap like a girl. Are we still allowed
Cock
to
him.
say that? Yeah,
No.
that should have been a
No, you're
closed-fisted punch. What's this? And he was on his toes.
Maybe he didn't want to hurt him quite as bad as a close fist would.
Look,
Jeez.
Look, to quote Jeffy, right? Once you're in it, you're in it.
Right.
You're walking across the stage in live TV.
Yeah.
You got to go for it. Anyhow, do we have the poll? I asked the question on Twitter last
If
night.
they thought it was fake.
Real or stage? What do you think? Oh,
Real.
wow.
Edge is outstaged 51-48. Well, 51-49 essentially.
Real.
I think it's real.
I do too.
I'm pretty sure it's real.
Yeah.
Will Smith's a better actor than I even gave him credit for if that's fake. And so is Chris Rock, frankly. That's not staged. Especially, we'll show you in a minute, the apology that Will Smith gave and to whom coming up next. And I think once you see the apology, it might convince you a little bit more that that was real. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Great to have you with us. 888-933-93. Got some tweets here. Carol Remarks tweets, "Hey, Jada, you're not the only one with alopecia. And you're certainly not the first bald woman. Get over yourself. Your husband was way out of line." From Alpha 7615, "Can we hire Will Smith to go to the next Biden speech? Too soon?"
Oh,
No,
wait.
it's never too soon.
What are you suggesting there?
I don't know. I just know it's not too soon. I don't know what exactly his point was.
Yeah.
Vern Lundquist tweets, Will Smith should enter one of those slap boxing competitions that Jeffy is a fan of. And from Amy What's-Her-Face, Chris Rock, say his name.
That's a good. Yeah, Amy
great.
What's-Her-Face had some great tweets last night after this. I like this one from her. Show the poor some violence. They like that. That's exactly right. That's
good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's fascinating because, you know, they've got that open relationship. So apparently you can have sex with his wife. You just can't.
Right, you can't.
You can't make fun of her hair. So don't make fun of her hair. But go ahead and, get together with her in your spare time. I guess that's their deal. I don't know. It's a weird line, though.
It is.
It's a weird line.
Very, very strange.
Really weird. But it's Hollywood. What do you expect? What do you expect? We have a picture of Will Smith smiling at the Oscars. This was afterward, right?
Yeah, he's walking back to his seat and looking. So people were like, "See, it was staged. He's in a good mood. He thinks it's funny." I don't know. I think the camera just caught him at a good moment. Like either that or he's looking at his wife like, "See, honey, look.
See, I took care of it.
Yeah, I stuck up for you. See?
I wasn't really laughing at his joke. That was terrible. I was pissed off at that.
Now you'll be nice to me in the car ride home,
right?" So there's that.
So people are pointing to that as evidence that it was staged.
Here's the interest in the Oscars over the period of the broadcast.
Okay.
So it started at 6:28 p.m. it looks like. And interest was, and it kept going along. I'm still not that interested. 7:40, 8:52. Whoa! Then there's a little bit of spike in interest.
Wow, I'm going to flip over
happen?
to the Oscars for the first time in 30 years. That is fascinating. And then see how it goes back down a little bit. And then I think the spike is when Will Smith wins for Best Actor and goes and gives his speech.
Yeah.
Where he apologized. And I'm not sure if we have that ready yet. Oh, cool.
Yes, we do.
Cool.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees.
Kind of ruined the night for him because everybody's focused on this.
This
seems sincere to me.
Moment,
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not
absolutely.
I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim and Trevor and Zach and Sanaya and Demi and Ingenue and the entire cast and crew of King Richard and Venus and Serena, the entire Williams family.
And there she is. There she is.
Art imitates life. There. I look like the crazy father, just like they said. I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things.
One of those. No apology to Chris Rock. Exactly right.
Nope.
You notice he was glaringly absent from the list of people he apologized to. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and during the commercial break, there's footage. We don't have it here, but Denzel Washington, Tyler Perry were over there talking to him. I mean, it was a serious event.
Yeah, I think it was real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, our audience breakdown was, show me the poll results again. I think it was 51-49-ish. 51-1 to 48-9. Yeah, so essentially 51 to 49. Real overstaged. Yeah. And then the other thing that I find kind of fascinating is the Oscars have had waning interest for years.
Right, that was the other point people were making. It's like, oh, look, there's a reason to watch the Oscars now.
Right. The one thing that would lead you to believe that maybe they did stage it is because nobody cares about the Oscars. Let's get some talk going.
Yeah.
And if that's what it worked.
Yeah, because
it worked big time.
Announcing the wrong winner for an important category didn't help them
no,
a few years ago.
No. So this definitely spiked some interest. And it's interesting that their viewership has gone from 55 million back in, I don't know, 08 or 05 or something to 19 million or 9 million, I think, last year.
See, I contend that if you had a random punch on stage and you had no idea who was going to deliver it every year, people would watch.
Yes, they would.
I'd watch.
Yeah, I would too. I would too, just to see who's going to punch who.
Right.
The other problem they have is the length of the broadcast. Would you just keep it to, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours tops? 2 hours would be fine. This went from, according to this graph, 6:28 to 10:04, so it's still 3.5 hours plus. Come on, that's way too long. You're still just boring the crap out of people. Stop it. So, the winners last night, though, Coda won for Best Picture, obviously. Will Smith won for Best Actor. Jessica Chastain, Best Actress. And for the Best Song, that went to Billie Eilish in No Time to Die. Did you see No Time to Die?
I haven't seen No Time to Die.
No,
I
I
haven't seen
either.
Coda. Haven't seen King Richard. What was the...
King Richard's
What was
great.
the actress? What movie's that? You just said she won Jessica Chastain.
Oh, I don't know what movie she was in.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, I
well,
don't know.
I haven't seen any movies, so I guess...
You haven't seen any of the... You haven't seen Dune?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
I haven't seen the original. I haven't seen this
Wow.
one.
Oh, the original sucks.
Oh, really?
Don't bother with the original.
Okay.
But the latest one's pretty good. But interesting, the Billie Eilish
Yeah.
was the winner in the Academy. So she's already won an Academy Award. What is she, 12? 13 years old, something like that? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
She's young, I know that. 18, 19, something like that.
Okay.
All right, 888-900-3393. But, you know, at least we had something to talk about during the Oscars last night. Jeez, that spiced things up nicely.
Sure did.
Let me tell you about Birch Gold. What does our current out-of-control inflation look like? Well, it looks like paying 47% more for fuel than a year ago. It looks like paying 41% more for the same used vehicle if you buy it this year instead of last. It looks like paying almost 10% more to feed your family. It looks like every dollar in your savings is worth less than it was a year ago. So it is time for investing in gold, and I trust Birch Gold. Hedge against the U.S. dollar by investing in something with real value. Gold and silver from Birch Gold. Precious metals have been a historic safe haven for your money and a place to hedge yourself against inflation. Text PAT, the word PAT, P-A-T. There's no second T there, just the P-A and the T. 989-898. And they're going to send you that 20-page info packet on how to invest and why you should invest. And it's completely free. There's no obligation. Don't worry about a thing. Just get the info and see if it's right for you. Text PAT to 989-898.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yeah. First of all, so a week from today, the Senate Judiciary Committee will vote on the nomination of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. Can't wait. I just saw this morning, too, that Joe Manchin is going to vote for her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to vote for her. Mm-hmm. So that ends it. Any speculation that she may have had any kind of tough go here in the vote, that's pretty much out the window now.
Yeah, Ben Sass says he will vote against her, but that announcement came after the Manchin yes vote. So now, even if Sass wanted to vote against her originally, it would have made no difference. Anyway, so he has cover now, basically.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like if
I
he
do.
was-
Yes, they do this all the time.
Yeah.
They play that little game.
And I don't know that that's the case with Sass, but it just
I don't either,
felt
but-
like it after the clips we played last week.
Yeah, he was acting kind of weird last week. Chuck Grassley tweeted out.
Well, no, okay. It's not this tweet. The content isn't really what the point is. I went ahead and I pulled these tweets from Chuck Grassley, who is the ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee for the Republicans. And I've noticed this in the past from Chuck. And he's 88 years old, But he uses Twitter quite a bit, and I contend that it's him. I think it's him that tweets out for himself under his own account.
No, Chuck Grassley's 88.
88 years old. Looks good, by the way, for 88. And he's running for re-election, so he
If that's a current picture, yeah, he does.
Yeah, so he'll be, if he wins, which he's going to, he'll be 95 at the end of his term.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, but dude is on Twitter.
Have we ever had a 95-year-old senator?
Well, how old was Byrd? Robert Byrd.
Oh, I don't know. He might have been close to that, yeah.
So anyhow.
He might have been close.
But I just find it so entertaining when Chuck Grassley tweets out.
Because he does the teenage thing, right?
I swear a 13-year-old girl is running his account sometimes. But yeah, I do think it's him. But look how he abbreviates things. So this is the one about the Judge Jackson vetting process. He's got plenty of space. He hasn't even come close to 240 characters.
So your problem here is the way he's writing.
All right, he is tonight is spelled
two, the number 2, and then N-I-T-E.
Yeah, the number 2.
That saves space, though. That saves space.
But he doesn't need to save
Withheld
space.
Is the W, then the slash. You see it there.
You write R's instead of Republicans, till instead of until.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And then what's the next one, Rob?
Today is
Today.
NATL, National Ag Day in Iowa.
And I don't know what his thing is about the ampersand and the next word. He always runs those together, which is weird. Like,
I don't like that.
There. To be, the number 2, the letter B. I am proud to be one of them. I swear. What is up with this guy? And then, of course, he has the photo of him in front of the Dairy Queen there in some town in Iowa doing you know what, the letter U, and then KNO for no. I can't stand that from just a middle-aged person or just any adult. This guy is 88 years old, typing like he's a teenage girl. I just found it quite entertaining, at least. Had to point that out.
And doing you know what? You're eating ice cream? That's what I know you're doing?
That's what
That's
what he's doing.
All right.
Old people love the ice cream, as illustrated by our president.
Yeah, well.
Anyhow, I had to point that out because it's just had to be said.
Okay. Now it has been. It has been said. I've been pissed about that as well.
Oh, I don't know that pissed.
It's just it's pissed me off.
Got to point that out.
If I lived in Iowa, I'd be voting for somebody else.
Just because of the way he's...
Just because of the 2 and the N-I-T-E.
That's a good enough reason as any.
Tonight.
Most people voted for Barack Obama because he looked decent walking out of the ocean with his shirt off. So, I mean, whatever. That's how...
And that's another thing. He looked okay. Mm-hmm. He wasn't a Greek god. Come on.
I'm just saying, people have voted on less severe reasons.
They have. You're right. I mean, look better than I would walking out of the ocean, but that's not saying much.
Okay, but he did not look
Wasn't
better
exactly
than you
Arnold Schwarzenegger
throwing a baseball, for example. If we had seen that video before he ran for president, then he wouldn't even made out of the primaries.
The Obama thing, I still can't get over it. So Judge Brown Jackson will be confirmed. We're virtually positive on that.
Yeah.
This video is meant to be kind of a parody of the left, but it's really accurate.
Yes.
Check this out.
Can you define what a woman is? I can't do that. Okay, what about your opinion on when human life begins? I don't know. I'm sorry, where did you go to school? Harvard. It's a pretty prestigious college, and you can't define the term woman or say when you think life begins? I'm not a biologist. In all of your years of schooling, you never took a basic science class? That doesn't make me a biologist or an expert. Fine, so you agree, though, that these things are rooted in biology and you would align to the biological definitions? Oh, wait a minute, I didn't say that. You did say you would look to biology to define these things. Well, I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert. Are you a woman? I identify as a woman, yes. Wouldn't that make you sort of an expert on womanhood? I really can't say. Well, then what does it mean to identify as a woman? That I feel like a woman? Wait a minute, you feel like one? I thought you said it requires a biologist to determine womanhood. I don't know. Is it feelings or is it biology? Can't answer that. I'm not a psychologist either. Are you alive right now? Of course. Okay, well, when did your life begin? I don't know. So you claim you're a woman, even though you don't know what that means, and you don't know when your life began, but you insist that you are in fact alive. Did a biologist or a psychologist tell you these things? No. So no biologist or expert has explicitly told you you're a woman and that you have life in you. Then how do you know you are? I don't know. Do you really not know? or would answering imply that there's objective truth? I can't answer that. Of course not.
Really well done.
There it is.
Really well done. If that doesn't sum up the madness going on.
It's a madhouse!
Mm-hmm.
A madhouse!
I don't know what does. Because that's almost exactly what she did last week. That's almost exactly what Ketanji Brown Jackson did. It was that stupid. Jeez.
Clearly so qualified to sit on the Supreme Court of the United States.
Clearly.
And if you say anything bad about her, you're obviously a
racist.
Yes.
And a sexist.
Well,
You're just pissed off that a black woman was nominated.
Whoa. First of all, you can't be a sexist if we don't know that she's necessarily
Oh, that's
a woman.
right. Wait. Yeah, that's right.
Right, because she can't even define what a woman is.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
So, right?
Right. When you're right, Keith.
Clear that up.
You're right now. All right. Coming up, we got to tell you about the contagious vaccines that are becoming a possibility. In other words, I could give Keith a vaccine, and then he can spread it to Corby.
Wait, what's happening here?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a little
people
concerned
who
now.
don't want the vaccine could catch the vaccine. Isn't that interesting?
This is what they were trying to do with bats, remember?
Yeah. Yes.
It's happening with humans now?
Now it's happening with humans. Uh-huh.
Dislike.
Well, that'd be great. Then you won't have to get the vaccine. You'll just catch the vaccine. How wonderful is that?
We'll
get into that coming up.
I'm moving far, far away from here.
And we got some tweets here. B to Bodine tweets that global warming that all those pinheads preach about is going to be caused by President Puddinhead causing us to be hit by nukes.
Yeah, feels like it.
Bob Blah Blah tweets, I got to think the phrase, "Don't Will Smith me, bro," will become popular amongst comedians in response to hecklers heckling.
Yes.
Just saying, tweets, did Pat just inform us that sexism is dead because there is no definition of a man or a woman anymore?
Feels like
Hooray!
All right.
Yay!
Progress.
So the Final Four has now been determined. Yeah. We had the Elite Eight over the weekend. Mm-hmm. Sweet 16, Elite Eight. Now we're down to the Final Four. And it's all the biggies. St. Peter's of New Jersey, who made it all the way to the Elite Eight. The last 8 standing.
15 seed for
the only time. This is the first 15 seed to make it that far in the NCAA tournament.
If you're not a basketball fan, you know how it works. Basically, let's just say the top 64 teams make it.
68, but yeah.
Okay. Then they would have been about number 60 ranked. Okay.
Around there,
making it to the final 8.
Yeah. Incredible. I mean, this is a school with an enrollment of about 3,000 people. Their entire budget for all men's sports combined for recruiting. All men's sports, they spend $28,000 on recruiting.
Wow.
Not just basketball, that's all sports combined.
Wow.
Their first round victim, Kentucky, spends over $1 million on recruiting on basketball alone.
Nice.
What they did should have been impossible.
Sure.
And until now, it has been. Nobody's ever done it before. So it's pretty amazing that these guys got as far as they did. And then North Carolina, of course, had to crush them. 69-49 yesterday.
It was a good run, Peacocks.
Great run. So way to go, St. Peter's. Even though you had the Black Lives Matter T-shirts, whatever. Promoting the Marxist group that they are. Yeah, maybe look into it a little bit. Maybe. So it's the usual suspects. North Carolina, Duke, Kansas, Villanova. No big surprise.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Couldn't care less. Well, I care a little bit. I'd like to see Krzyzewski win it one more time.
Okay. And
then he's done. So that would be what, his 6th, 7th, 9th, 14th? I don't know. He's won a lot of titles.
Yeah, because he has 101 tournament wins now. 100.
Oh, yeah.
On that? I don't know.
Probably 102 now because I think it was 100 last week when we were talking about it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I was telling you about this contagious vaccine. Scientists are currently attempting to develop contagious vaccines that would spread from the vaccinated to the unvaccinated.
Oh, God.
A vaccine that fights disease but is also contagious is in development around the world. Isn't that great?
It's time to run for the hills, man.
Yeah, that's a little scary. Scientists believe that creating a contagious vaccine could help prevent pandemics started by animals. However, some experts note that introducing a self-spreading vaccine is not only controversial, but also potentially dangerous. No.
Where are they getting that?
I don't know. That's just weird. Researchers are developing genetically engineered viruses that can spread from one animal to another. Keith mentioned the bat experiment. They're doing research in bats right now along these lines. And that will provide immunity to the disease. National Geographic reports that scientists are working on contagious vaccines for the extremely deadly Ebola virus, bovine tuberculosis, and Lassa fever. All three are zoonotic diseases, which are infectious diseases that are naturally transmissible from animals to humans. Scientists believe they could expand the development of self-disseminating vaccines to other zoonoses, such as rabies, West Nile virus, Lyme disease, and the plague.
I'm telling you, man, if I get a vaccine...
Don't mess with this stuff.
If I get a vaccine involuntarily this way, you will see me on the news. This is not cool.
It is not cool.
Grotesque.
You would think this would open you up to incredible lawsuits. If you all of a sudden caught a vaccine that you didn't want to have, or that, your religion precludes you from having, as some are, claiming a religious objection to it. I don't know. That seems ill-advised, to say the least.
But they know better than us, man.
Oh, they do.
Governments of the world.
They're our caretakers, right? They're the ranchers. We're the cattle, and they know better than we do. So just let them do whatever they want, I guess. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just take care of us in whatever way you see fit. That would be great. Also, rich countries must end oil and gas production by 2034. Okay, that's 12 years from now. To keep the world on track for a 1.5 degree Celsius rise and give poorer nations longer to replace their income from fossil fuel production. It proposes different phase-out dates for oil and gas-producing countries in line with the Paris Agreement's goals and commitments to a fair transition. Okay, if you eliminate oil and gas in 12 years, how are we going to travel by planes? I'm wondering. Is there a solar way to power a plane now? Is there an electric way? Do we have electric planes that I don't know about? Yeah, just incredible.
And keep in mind, Joe Biden's over there walking us into World War III, and he's giving this important speech over there in Poland. And in the process, he takes a moment to talk about the future of energy in the world. I mean, this is just, what a ridiculous, bizarro world. Look at this guy.
As a matter of economic security and national security for the survivability of the planet, we all need to move as quickly as possible to clean, renewable energy. And we'll work together to help get that done.
No, dude, no. Just these people are so obsessed.
And clean, renewable energy.
Yeah, and they're obsessed with destroying our ability to put gas in our tank, quite frankly, and American jobs. No, but let's go on the world stage. This important speech about the conflict in Ukraine to say, but by the way, let's make sure with every speech I give, there's a moment where I can talk about ending fossil fuels and moving on to these renewables.
And ending it in 12 years before we have any alternative to replace all of this energy. That's just ludicrous. And again, what are airplanes going to run on? Is there some magical formula that I'm not aware of yet? Do we have turbine planes?
It's the same magic that electrical cars run on.
Yeah.
You plug them into a coal-fired power plant.
I mean, you got passenger jets, you've got fighter jets, you've got the military that's run entirely on fossil fuels, on oil and gas. Completely. Do we have electric tanks? I haven't heard about it. If we do,
Of course, these are the same people that want to destroy our military, too, so they would be more than happy to take that fuel source away from them.
It's ridiculous. I mean, they don't even make sense. But they don't have to because they have a compliant media that just helps them along every step of the way. Mm-hmm. It's a great tweet from rapper Ice-T, who tweeted, I was robbed at a gas station in New Jersey last night.
Oh, no.
After my hands stopped trembling, I managed to call the cops, and they were quick to respond and calm me down.
Oh, good.
My money is gone. The police asked me if I knew who did it. I said yes. It was pump number 9. A little late, but better late than never for my money. Pump number 9.
Yeah.
You have a description?
Yeah.
Yeah, it had like a, it's kind of square, well, rectangle-ish.
Sure. Okay, weird.
And it had a little handle on it, and I think it fits into your gas tank. It had a little sticker on it that said, I did this, and then a little guy pointing to the price.
Kind of ironic, though, that, and not to diminish the hilarity of the tweet, Ice-T, but kind of ironic that you would have a song called Cop Killer, yet you would call the cops when you were robbed. I would just like to point that out as well. Anyway.
Yeah, was that Ice-T's song? It was, wasn't it? Was that with, when he was with, was he with NWA?
Oh, yeah, and he plays a cop on Law & Order. Thank you, Rob.
Oh, that's right.
Uh-huh.
That is ironic. Come on. Has he mellowed? Is that what? Has he changed? Did he turn around completely?
I mean, let's not ruin the awesome tweet.
Yeah, it was a great tweet.
By Ice-T.
It was. We also had our own John Bolt, who works in the sales department at the Blaze. He posted this after a recent visit to the gas station.
Okay.
Costco cut me off at $100, and I had to swipe my card again for the last 20. $120. Almost. It was actually...
Yeah, don't exaggerate.
$119.59.
Thank you.
To be exact.
It'd be ridiculous.
He must have an SUV. Does he?
I have no idea.
Jeez. Unless it's much higher in Utah than it is here. Because I think John lives in Utah, right?
He does.
It's pump gallon. Yeah, it's only $4.24 a gallon. I pay $4.37 here.
Okay. Well, he was visiting here last week. So
$119.59. Nah, don't worry about it. That's fine.
Bro, if he drove here from Utah and back,
oof.
Oh, he might have had to mortgage the house there.
It'd be less expensive to fly.
Yeah, you got to refinance your house now to be able to afford
man,
gallon.
Oh man.
That's gross, man. That's gross.
And how can the average person afford it? You're making $50,000 a year. You're paying 10% more at the grocery store, and you're paying 48% more at the gas pump. How do you do it? And then that's not to mention if you live back east and you're on home heating fuel.
Oh,
geez. No, thank you. No, thank you. The record high gas prices are posing surprising new problems for consumers.
Yeah, it's very similar to the tweet that John Bolt just had.
Yeah, because it keeps cutting people off.
Yeah.
Some people have a $75 threshold, and so at $75 it cuts you off.
Yeah.
That used to be enough, $75 to fill up your tank. It's not now. Last time I filled up, it was $90, so I saved $3. Because the time before that, it was 93.
Wow.
The last time it was 90.
Yeah, thank you, Joe Biden.
Thank you, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
There's overwhelming evidence to support that a $75 limit does keep fraud losses down, according to Visa. Uh-huh. There are also some concerns with multiple card swipes when gas prices increase. Though the $75 limit isn't new, most people have never paid nearly that high a price to fill their tanks before, touching off deep frustration and confusion, especially for those with larger vehicles or who have long work commutes, forcing them to refill more often than the average driver. Mm-hmm. Stunned by the limits, drivers turn to social media to voice their frustration. Now that they're on social media, everything will be fine because social media fixes everything, as we know, right? It makes everything better, which is why they call me Mr. Twitter.
Because you have firsthand experience of everything being better.
That's right.
When you spend a lot of time on Twitter. How
exactly
much
right.
time would you say Mr. Twitter spends the average week on Twitter? How much time would you say?
Incalculable amount of time. So much time that you can't calculate it. And so I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
because
I have no idea.
Any number times 0 is 0.
That's about right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
Think they'll ever build a road between Keith's house and Pat's house?
No! Please, no! No! No!
It's Pat Gray Unleashed on The Blaze.
That's why the Steve 42, who sent me a box of Kexi cookies, which, by the way, I've already taken upstairs. See, you guys
sent them to you here?
Yeah, had to send them here because there's no road to my house. So he was smart and sent them here. So
that is smart, yeah.
Yeah, I've already made quite a dent in that box.
Did he get you the spring line? Like the?
I don't know. It was like 6 cookies.
6?
I shouldn't have left the box upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like this big chocolate thing.
Oh.
There was like one that's got like confetti on it, like Brady's birthday cake or something. I think.
Maybe.
I don't know. But it is. It's quite a fun box. I'm gonna spread around the love. You guys come upstairs with me later, and you can have some Kexi cookies
on sale right now too. You can get the best cookies on the face of the planet at Kexi.com. KEKSI.com.
I mean, the box itself, like, I don't want to throw the box away.
It's a nice looking box,
It's
isn't
like
it?
sturdy.
Uh-huh.
I might put it in the garage and
It's a
keep
beautiful
like
box.
nails and stuff in it,
And we take care of shipping now. So
that is
you got that going for you. Yeah. All right. Jim Cramer.
Okay.
These people, how do they change completely? They do a complete 180 on Twitter or just on their shows. They do a complete 180. Back in 2011, Jim Cramer tweeted this: I protested against the Vietnam War, against Nixon, against the CIA. I didn't want violence then. I don't want it now.
Okay, all right.
That was in 2011.
Principled stand.
Yeah. On the 26th, which would have been Saturday, he tweets out, President Biden recognizing that Putin cannot remain in power. Thank you, Mr. President.
Wait, is he advocating by force?
Yeah, because how else are you going to remove him?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to remove him by asking him nicely. Hey, Vlad, would you please leave power now?
Oh,
We'd appreciate it if you'd be really nice and just step down. Okay? That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. So is he advocating for violence now against Vladimir Putin? Huh.
So if the head of our government, Joe Biden, advocates for the removal of power of a head of another government, are we now de facto at war?
Could be seen that way, I suppose.
That sounds like a hostile threat right there.
I was kind of surprised by the response. One of the Russian ministers said the U.S. president can't decide who runs Russia, something like that. It was kind of tame, really, for what I expected after such a proclamation.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe cooler heads will prevail here. I don't know.
I mean, this U.S. president can't decide what kind of ice cream he wants. He has to have someone decide for him. I doubt he has much sway over the world leaders as well. So that might be a good point. Or it might be this Russian minister is like, no, please don't remove Putin. We would hate that.
They might be. I mean, Russia's in a really bad way right now. Their economy is collapsing. They've got real problems. Nobody in the world is on their side other than China, maybe India. Okay, so very few are on their side.
Maybe Saudi Arabia.
Maybe Saudi Arabia.
Turkey now has been welcoming high-ranking Russian officials.
Oh, geez.
There's quite the cabal that's working
What do you expect from a country named after Thanksgiving dinner, though? Seriously, that's what I expect from them. By the way, Ukraine losing some cool points here, I think, with the left, as they have now blocked trans women refugees from leaving the country,
Okay.
stating they're men. They got to go back and fight. Well, wait a minute. No.
Aha!
The Ukrainian government is refusing to allow transgender women to leave the country, along with the millions of women and children refugees who've been streaming into Poland and other European nations. Instead, Ukrainian border guards are turning them back and forcing them to return home to join the fight.
Wow.
Their reasoning might sour some trans activists in the West. Ukraine's martial law requires all biological males between the ages of 18 and 60
But I'm a woman, yo.
to remain in the country and fight. And it makes no exceptions for trans women. Geez, 18 to 60?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, which side are you on now?
Yeah, left.
Leftists?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
That's your country and your people. So who do you side with there?
How many Ukrainian flags will be removed from Twitter accounts?
Yeah,
Profiles
are we going to get them canceled now? All of a sudden, Ukraine's been canceled. Sorry. Be interesting to see, won't it? Also, Glenn sent us a video. Apparently,
Okay, all right.
Keith is in his spare time.
Yeah.
A Ukrainian freedom fighter.
That's me.
Showing us how to operate an anti-tank missile launcher.
He looks at this guy's eyes and says, that's Keith. I mean, he sent us a link in Russian, and I had to walk down there and ask him, is it safe to click on this? He's like, yeah, it's you. I'm like, what are you talking about? So anyway, look at the eyes.
Oh, yeah, that does look like you.
Okay. I've joined the resistance. No, I agree. It does.
This is kind of funny, though. This is the best unboxing video I've ever seen. He just shows you how to unbox a rocket.
Economic security and national security for the survivability of the
What's
planet.
going on here?
I don't know.
That's fun.
That was weird.
Yeah. Hey, old man, it's my turn to shine. Back off. Yeah, that guy actually, that soldier, like you said, unboxed this thing, that shoulder. I mean, I want one of those. Like, I want one of those for when the solicitor shows up at the door.
Yeah.
Hi, what's up? What can I help you with? Just have that thing sitting on your shoulder.
Yeah, that might be an effective way to stop the door-to-door salespeople.
They won't come back.
When there's no soliciting in your neighborhood.
I'll tell you that much.
888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Here's how close we are to having robots in our homes. Take a look at this. This arm that picks up a dumbbell.
It used to be
this
a
is
joke
a robot
that
arm.
iRobot could be
Look at
real.
this.
And now as we progress and technology progresses and we see things like this,
I don't want that.
I don't think it's far off.
I don't want that.
We will actually have functional
Oh my
artificial
gosh.
robots probably in our homes.
No.
Probably as part of our
Well, it can't
daily
pick it up,
life.
though.
Yeah, it keeps
Part
dropping
of me's
it.
terrified.
How stupid is
Part
it?
of me's intrigued.
Part of me
And
worried.
he's lifting it, not the arm.
Yeah. Well, he.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
believe?
we're
Okay.
not there.
Okay. Good.
We're not there.
I don't want the government getting a hold of that. So I'm glad to hear you.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's attached to a robot and the robot's picking up the doing curls with it, then maybe I'm concerned.
Okay, but at this point.
Nah. That's
Okay.
fine.
Good.
Yeah.
If you want to play this, you got to play it right now. The birds video.
This is a little scarier. Watch these birds. How smart they are. It's a fishing technique. Okay, they got a piece of bread.
Okay, but
and they spit it out onto the water and wait for a fish to come by and try to get it.
Look at this.
Fish missed it, so it picked the bread back up. Nope, spit it back out. Oh, and it got a fish.
Oh,
look at that!
Wow,
that's interesting. Look how smart they are. They're real. Birds are smart,
but are they real? See, they may not
that's
even be real.
That's a good point. I don't know.
They're so smart, they're giving themselves away. Is what you're on.
And here's the thing. Where'd the bird get the bread?
Right.
To use as a
Thank you.
a lure. Huh. Did it go buy a loaf?
Yeah.
And then it just, picked it apart and got little pieces?
Look at that.
Look at that.
Amazing.
That's
Pat
pretty cool.
liked an animal video.
Yeah.
Pat Gray.
With some tweets, Maskless in Florida tweets. Just when you think no official could go to Europe and make our allies there question our country's competence worse than Kamala. Biden says, hold my beer. By the way, the bingo squares, because play it. Go ahead and play the Kamala
This doesn't
thing.
count, y'all. This does not count.
Yeah,
All you have to do is look at the map.
Right.
See, they don't count during tweets.
Right. So while there may have been an impulse there to play that by Corby, if it's said or if it's done during tweets, doesn't count as a
It does
square.
not count.
Because a lot of times
Right.
people could just kind of
they could guide us into the whole bingo in
All right.
just a matter of moments.
And I'm pretty sure that was your rule.
Okay,
And
that doesn't
tweets,
count either.
That doesn't count. Uncle Jimmy tweets, Will Smith pimp slapping Chris Rock has got more coverage than Hunter Biden's laptop. What a world. Oh, no kidding. Will Smith's pimp slapping Chris Rock.
Right.
Should have been read kind of like that.
Yeah, look at that. Man, boy, that is...
I was thinking Will was like a
Right.
question.
We got
Will
it.
he,
We
you know
got
what
it.
I mean?
We got it,
Instead of
Ron
his
Burgundy.
first name, Will.
So I would just like to say, as you're heading into work today, everyone at your place of business is going to be talking about Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Instead of
Right.
Hunter Biden's laptop.
Right.
That's a really good point.
And
It's a good
also,
point.
don't lose sight of the fact that the president of the United States spent the weekend trying to drag us into World War III. Don't lose sight of that either.
Yeah.
My goodness. I mean, this guy.
From rowdy introvert, Putin went through all the trouble of signing a president for life law in April 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he'll give much thought to Biden's regime change recommendation. Nah, probably not. Yeah, it's probably. I mean, we asked politely too. Could you please just go ahead and step down now? We'd appreciate it. Because, Jim Cramer wants that to happen and liked the fact that Biden said it, but he doesn't want violence. So I guess we should just ask really nicely.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask.
It doesn't hurt. Okay.
Okay.
Shanghai starts China's biggest COVID-19 lockdown in 2 years. Just recently, they began their most extensive lockdown in 2 years to conduct mass testing and control, to try to control a growing outbreak in Shanghai as questions are raised about the economic toll of the nation's zero COVID strategy. China's financial capital and largest city with 26 million people, but they have 100 cities that are 5 million or more. Shanghai had managed its smaller past outbreaks with limited lockdowns of housing compounds and workplaces where the virus was spreading.
No, we're not doing this again. We're not taking a communist idea and importing it again.
They had some good ideas like welding people into their homes. Remember that? That was innovative. You just welded them into their house so they can't leave.
I mean, think of
that's crazy.
Western countries that
Australia
that mirrored this. Yeah,
Australia
New
essentially.
Zealand,
Yep.
Canada in the United States to some
Right.
degree. I mean,
Yep.
Oh boy, no.
The citywide lockdown that will be conducted in 2 phases will be China's most extensive since the central city of Wuhan, where the virus was first detected in late 2019. Can you say that the virus was first detected in China? I thought that was verboten now.
Yeah, it was that that wet market is what I hear. Is where animals and stuff hang out. That's where it started.
And they first confined their 11 million people in Wuhan. I mean, this is a city until the virus I'd never heard of. It's got 11 million people?
That's a good point.
Jeez, I'd never heard of Wuhan. But a lot of Chinese had, apparently, because a lot of them live there. But they were confined to their homes for the first 76 days of 2020. Millions more have been kept in lockdown since then. And, China, I mean, every time somebody comes down with something, they shut the area down. And so apparently that's starting to affect their economy. I imagine it's more than starting to. It's been affecting their economy for a long time. And it's going to take a toll on all of these countries. I don't think we've seen the last of the economic fallout from this. Meanwhile, LeBron James was just inducted into the Razzie Hall of Fame for winning Worst Actor at the 2022 awards for Space Jam: A New Legacy. I heard this was just awful. Flat out terrible. Michael Jordan did Space Jam back in the day. So obviously, LeBron had to try his hand at it too, and apparently didn't do well.
Yeah, a lot of people said he's much better acting on the court during NBA games with his flailing
with his
about, flopping, yes,
yeah,
as opposed to this.
Somebody comes within 5 feet of him and he falls over and he's been hurt desperately. You think it's a mortal wound. Guys, is he going to die out there? Nope, he's up and he's playing again.
Yeah.
Huh, who saw that coming?
Surprised he didn't go on to play soccer.
I know. That's where it's more appropriate. It's stupid in any sport. Stop it. The annual Golden Raspberry Awards ceremony, dubbed the ugly cousin to the Oscars, awarded the basketball star the prize for his leading role in Space Jam: A New Legacy. But the accolades for the flick didn't end there. The movie also won Worst Screen Couple and Worst Remake, Ripoff, or Sequel, but was spared the Worst Picture award. That went to Netflix's version of the Princess Diana Broadway musical, Diana. Oh, I didn't even know about that. Critics and fans of the movie's predecessor, the original, now iconic 1996 movie Space Jam, which is, I mean, that was bad to begin with.
Was it really?
Yeah, it's not good.
I've not seen it.
Certainly didn't take to the sequel as they did when the 90s classic was released.
Oh, it's a classic now?
It's a classic
according now I gotta
to
see it.
Jennifer McShane.
Okay.
For writing for metro.co.uk.
All right. Love metro.co.uk.
I never miss a day.
You know, we
on
really
metro.co.uk.
We're lucky here in America, where it's just .com. You know.
Yeah.
Where it's like in Britain and other places .co.uk or .co.au or whatever it is.
Niner.
You know? Why is it that?
Niner.
Why did we get away with that one?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think didn't we used to control the internet? And then we gave it up. So we'll probably be doing .co.us soon enough.
Probably will.
Not careful.
Probably will. Meanwhile, students call on universities to divest from companies supporting Israeli war crimes and apartheid.
Oh, God. Stop.
I get so sick of this. I can't. Students across the world held demonstrations on campus calling their universities to withdraw their investments in companies complicit in Israeli war crimes and apartheid. Protests were held at over 70 universities, with students also sending letters to their vice chancellors as part of the initiative, which was organized by the UK-based Friends of Al-Aqsa. You don't suppose they're anti-Israeli, do you? Friends of Al-Aqsa? Huh.
Pat?
Yeah.
I care about you and your health so much.
Yeah?
That don't read the other story on Israel there to your left right now.
Really?
Don't do it.
Pretty bad, is it?
If you're mad at students...
Yeah, I am. I am.
Then let's just move on to another topic.
It's a non-profit concern.
Yeah.
I love this. This is what Al-Aqsa is.
Okay,
the Al-Aqsa Mosque.
There we go.
People.
Okay.
A non-profit concerned with defending the human rights of Palestinians and protecting Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem. Using the hashtag Divest for Palestine on social media, students called on their universities to boycott investments in companies including Rolls-Royce, BAE Systems, Hewlett-Packard, and Booking.com.
Okay.
I guess they're still doing business, all those companies. I'm going to do more business with. I'm going to go buy me a Rolls-Royce this afternoon.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, let's live stream that.
Now, the Rolls-Royce, is it the Phantom?
Sure, you're going to roll in with just a wad of cash, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to pay cash for it.
Okay, well, I'll
do some business with Rolls-Royce.
I will follow you to the dealer, and we will live stream this at Pat Unleashed on Twitter for sure.
Because I think they only cost like $450,000.
Do you need to go by the bank on your way there, or is it just...
No, I got it on me.
You've got it hold on, time out. You've got $400,000 to $500,000 on you. Like,
shh, don't tell, because it could be civil asset forfeitured at any moment.
Is it in your office right now?
I'm not going to tell you where it is right now.
Oh, well, I just wanted safekeeping and all.
Well, I'm going to read this story because I really hate this stuff.
If I read this one correctly, hang on to the duct tape.
The U.S. State Department has offered a grant
of
up to $987,654
$1 million
for projects that include reporting human rights violations by Israel.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry. So you're not so mad at the students now, are you? Wow. Now it's your government taking your tax dollars.
$1 million worth.
Mm-hmm.
And giving it as a grant to projects that include reporting human rights violations in Israel.
I can't take it. I can't take it!
Raising concern about the potential for abuse by organizations seeking boycotts, sanctions, and international law tribunals against Israel.
Oh.
Our government, the State Department, is participating in this.
Yes.
I wonder if you should let people know, like maybe your representatives and senators, know about how you feel about this.
Mm-hmm.
The Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights, and Labor, or the DRL, announced an open competition for projects that strengthen accountability in human rights in Israel and the West Bank and Gaza last month, thought to be the first of its kind from Washington. I bet it is. This is the first anti-Israel actual project that we're funding for $1 million.
Boy, did we turn on a dime.
Unreal.
Between Trump and Biden on
God,
Israel.
no kidding. From moving the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, which nobody thought would or could be done by any American president, because they didn't have the giblets to do it, to this, to now we're funding a $1 million project so people can drum up human rights violations by Israel?
Oh, God.
Why don't you look at the people who are exploding in restaurants and school buses? The proposals are meant to collect, archive, and maintain human rights documentation to support justice and accountability, and civil society-led advocacy efforts, which may include documentation of legal or security sector violations in housing, land, and property rights. The projects can also take meaningful action in pursuing truth, accountability, and memorialization, and or provide psychosocial support to survivors of atrocities.
God.
Atrocities by Israel? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. The contest rules, and it's a contest. Isn't that great? We're doing contests for this. Contest rules state that applications cannot reflect any type of support for any member, affiliate, or representative of a designated terrorist organization. Well, that's going to be tough then. If you're talking about getting together with Palestinian groups, projects that directly benefit foreign militaries or paramilitary groups will not be considered either. Applicants must pass vetting to evaluate the risk that the funding will go to terrorists or their supporters.
It won't.
Wow. Okay, we're turning on our allies now, and actually sponsoring contests worth $1 million for people to drum up human rights violations against an ally. That's interesting. And that goes forward. Don't worry about that. That's fine. That's fine. This administration is just flat out evil and wrong about everything. A January 6th Capitol riot suspect, wanted by the FBI, was granted refugee status just recently. I think it was late last week in Belarus. This is from NPR. This is great.
Okay, NPR.
Evan Newman is under federal indictment in the United States for more than a dozen charges related to last year's Capitol insurrection. Insurrection.
Okay.
Is that what that was? That was an insurrection?
According to NPR, apparently.
Do we have the scenes of the insurrection going on? That was just so frightening.
When I think whoa.
Look at that. Oh,
Okay,
I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Yes, you did.
Because that was so...
Clean that up. Here's a napkin.
Oof.
Oh, gosh.
It's been a while since we've seen this scene of horror.
Yeah, that vomit got in your keyboard, too.
Yeah,
that's going to take a while. So, yeah, I mean, normally you'd think of an insurrection, you'd think of really angry people with
guns,
with
maybe armed,
armed that have a plan.
Yeah,
and maybe it's a little bit more effective than just flag waving and parading around the Capitol building.
Yeah, there's milling and there's parading.
See, when you said milling, now I'm kind of getting swayed. So this guy, did he mill,
or did he parade? I don't know.
Yeah,
that guy's parading right there because he's got a a Trump flag.
And granted, as this story will note, I mean, this guy did a little bit more than just parade about.
Yes, that's true.
But he's got refugee status now in Belarus.
Belarus, a Russian ally and neighbor to Ukraine, has granted him asylum, saying he's under its protection indefinitely. And if you're under the protection of Belarus, you're secure.
You're secure.
You are secure in your persons.
Belarus.
I am very grateful, and it's bittersweet, like eating cranberries.
What a weird line from this guy. This guy is on the run for his life, and he's like making analogies about cranberries. It's bittersweet.
Like eating cranberries.
Yeah, it's like cranberries. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he said in a video posted by state media, Belta in Belarus.
Mm-hmm.
So very happy and very sad at the same time.
Yeah,
he said.
Like cranberries.
Right. Which make you very happy, and yet, at the same time, very sad.
What's your take on craisins, Pat?
Same thing.
Yeah.
They make me happy.
Yeah,
very happy.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
sad.
Very sad.
I hate to hear that.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
Not good at all.
It's Bittersweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're kind of greasy. Why are
it's like
craisins
Belarusian protection, really.
Yeah.
A craisin.
Right, when you reach into a bag of craisins, you're like,
it's mixed. It's mixed.
It's like living in
Belarus. I mean, I'm safe, I guess, under the protection of the mighty Belarusians. But at the same time, it's not America.
It's not.
You know what I mean?
It's not.
So he received his new Belarusian identification document.
Wow.
From the Department of Citizenship and Migration Office in Brest.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Wait, where's he living now?
That's an added bonus, is to be living in Brest.
I think we're getting to the bottom line here.
I'm going to Brest. Kind of feel my way around
and
the city.
There's just the one Brest in Belarus?
Yes, there's just one.
Okay.
Oh, boy. What are we, 12?
Yes. Yes, I am.
It's literally Brest. It's Brest, Belarus. Okay? We're not making that up.
No, this is a fact.
So he received it with reporters looking on. Belarus claims that the U.S. charges against Newman are politically motivated. You think?
Yep.
They got that right, at least. They might not be right in the war on Ukraine, but they are definitely right about this. He was granted refugee status almost exactly 1 year after the first criminal complaint was filed against him last March. So when that happened, he took off, and he initially went to Ukraine and then made his way to Belarus. And Belarus was like, yeah, okay, we'll give you what would they call it? Refugees. It's not refugee status. It's
safe harbor, safe passage into Brest.
Yeah, but there's a word for
Asylum.
it. Asylum. Thank you. Yes. Yes, asylum.
Asylum into Brest.
Yep. Belarusian officials say that when Newman was in Ukraine, he became suspicious that he was under surveillance.
Yeah. Hey.
Taking only a map, a rucksack, and some belongings, they said.
Oh, who uses that line, rucksack?
I don't know.
When's the last time rucksack appeared in a news story?
It's been a while.
Thank you, NPR, for bringing back rucksack.
He crossed the border into Belarus. What is a ruck? Is it like a backpack? What's a rucksack?
I always think of it's like the thing you lay down, like the blanket, put all your belongings tied up, put it on a stick like a hobo, and start walking. Is that not a rucksack? Is that a rucksack?
Well, why would you use a rucksack when there's, I don't know, backpacks?
Well, maybe not in Ukraine. I mean, they're
maybe
at
not.
war.
Okay.
But if I Google rucksack, it does look there's like a military backpack. Okay.
Okay, so he crossed the border into Belarus in August of last year, whereupon he was detained by military personnel. After arriving, he immediately asked for protection. Belarus is very nice, he said. And I feel safe in Belarus, especially compared to my compatriots in America. Well, yeah. To his fellow insurrectionists?
That's
yeah.
sad but true.
It is sad, but true. Asked what he'll do now, Newman replied, right now my plans are to stay in Brest. And who can blame him?
Who can blame him, right? Yeah. I mean, he seems to be comfortable there.
Yeah. Yeah. Who wouldn't be? I've started a life here. Now that I have a document, I would like to travel to Minsk. That's been my dream, too, to go from Brest to Minsk.
Uh-huh.
I've not seen that yet. That's too bad, because you got to believe that's awesome.
Yeah.
Minsk this time of year?
Uh-huh.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow. Brest is pretty big.
How big is it? How many people in Brest?
343,000 people.
Oh, really?
Huh.
Oh, okay. That's
bigger,
not bad.
That's bigger than I would have thought.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
You can get yourself
It's a big breast.
Get yourself a 3-star hotel for $32 American.
$32?
Right, let's go. Let's go to Brest.
Wow. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, boy.
Huh.
So much to say about Brest that I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I already said too much, really, about Brest.
Wow. I mean, it's big because they've got an open air railway museum.
Wow.
I mean, that's big.
That is.
To have your own railway museum in Brest.
I didn't realize Brest was that big.
An archaeological museum.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot going on there.
Lot. Sounds like a lot.
So anyway, I mean, but
anyway.
that's where we're at. We're literally, you are fleeing to an Eastern European country because you're afraid of the consequences here for what you did on January 6th, which this guy got into a fight with a police officer.
And how bad is that? That, he's in Belarus, who's giving him protection. They're a Russian ally. So they know about their vision of freedom, apparently a little bit different than what we have right now. But you're right. He did exchange blows with a police officer.
Okay,
which is not cool.
It's not.
And it's illegal, and he should pay the price for it.
But would the price be different if he got into a fight with a cop on the street, as opposed to January 6th, the day democracy almost died?
Yeah.
He's hearing the stories of the people in solitary confinement who are getting very little justice, due process in this a year later.
Right.
And he sees Belarus as a viable option.
Sad.
Ooh.
How about we got guys like this? Bernie Sanders. How long is this? Do we have time for it?
About a minute here.
Let's see what Bernie Sanders had to say. We haven't heard from him in a while.
Good.
Today, billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Richard Branson are zooming off in their spaceships to outer space.
What?
They're buying $500 million super yachts.
So?
They're buying mansions with 25 bathrooms.
And your point?
While half of our people live paycheck to paycheck.
And?
Is that really what America is supposed to be about?
Wow.
Yes.
Class warfare, baby.
Yeah. Actually, it is. I mean, some people are going to, experience the fruits of their labor to that extent, while others are not.
Yeah.
There's no guaranteed outcome here in the United States of America.
And that guy speaking right there, that Bernie guy, he owns 3 houses.
Yeah, right.
Is that what America is supposed to be about?
While some people live on the street.
Wow.
What a horrible person that Bernie Sanders is.
You know where Bernie Sanders might be happy? In Brest.
In Brest, right. It's big. It's big, Brest.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.